Going to assume everything's live. Yeah, there's Restream catching up. Hey, around. Yeah, my day's been pretty good. How's yours been? That's good to hear. The only real rough part my day's had is I kind of woke up with a headache. But other than that, things have been great. The headache's gone now, so that's, even better. Though having the headache just gave me an excuse to stay in bed watching YouTube for a while. Take that, Isaac! I am the true undercover! I don't know what that brush is tempting to do. I don't know why that wasn't turfed. Team. Splashdown kit is arguably better. What happened to the bamboozler? Where did they go? I'm so confused. I was relying on them, and then they just vanished. Ow. Say I still asserted my dominance as best gorilla. I think I'm actually closing in on 1 million points turfed with this thing. Which will be rather neat. I mean, I know it doesn't do anything to have that, but I mean, it's still kind of neat. might actually see what's in ranked after this one. And then do a bit of ranked, because it's been a long time since I've done any ranked. Is it a good 3 months-ish? 2-3 months? Somewhere around that range. Oh, booyah back. As much as I don't think the booyah was exactly aimed at me anyway, but it's fine. Ow. They have 3 snipers in a brush. No wonder we're crushing them. Jeez. Ow. Thought that was the Squiffer. Guess what, buddy? I followed you. He should have went more towards the center, then he might have actually gotten freedom. And maybe even life. Ow. Hello, TB. I didn't assert my dominance in that match. But I was also pretty close to that guy's score, and I was showing a bit of mercy to the enemy team. I'm actually rather good. How are you doing, TB? That's Rainmaker. I was hoping it was something I wasn't. Well, it wasn't X rank in. Well, let's get some placement games out of the way. Let's hope I don't rage at any of these. Alright, well, that's fine. Alright, TB. Let's see if we can get an 8th person in this match. Jeez. Isn't Gizmo the... No, I'm thinking of something different. Thinking of someone's cat. Let's say, isn't Gizmo from something? But no, I'm thinking of someone's cat. I also gotta remember I need to stay decently close to the microphone. Yeah, I'm not used to this. I'm trying to make sure the audio stays a decent quality. And that involves staying close to the microphone, which will probably mean that my breath will be audible. Which isn't the most optimal thing, but I don't have a... I have a good microphone, but it's not, like, a great microphone. Ow. Okay. A lot of lag from the Clash Blaster. That or I'm really lagging, but I'm willing to bet it's on the Clash Blaster's side of things. Ow. Yeah, I'll just take death. I should have picked it up and leaped into the water. At least it would have reset the shield. But it's about to reset anyway, so why not? Ow. Thought I was out of range of bombs, but I didn't see the suction bomb. I thought it was the auto bomb that killed me. Okay. I will booyah us taking the lead. And then a victory. Well, that's a good way to start off some placement games. It's also a terrible way to start off placement games. I mean, I wasn't the biggest help to the team. And I get the feeling the Clash disconnected at some point. I should grab a different weapon. It's clear I'm not going to be doing great with this one tonight. Let's grab a beacon kit. Because at least if I play badly, I'll still be a help, because beacons, and beacons help. Webster. A dictionary is in this match. Oh boy. Oh, boys. Ow. Trying to conserve my ink so I can do that, Teeb. Apologize. Ow. Oh, my beacons are still up. Ow. And this team is doing what every team does. Ow. Almost. Ow. I really need to get better at aiming. Ow. No, my beacon. Jerks. Ow. Come back, TB. Ow. Feels like this team is just not very good. I blame the sniper. Ow. I'll have to get to Farm Quest in a little bit, because I am in ranked, so there's not a whole lot of point in me getting them quickly, but I will get to it before I go back to a game mode where, you know, people can actually join. I mean, we still won. It didn't feel like we should have won that, but we won, so I'll take that. I didn't do half bad. I will take that as well. I probably had about as many deaths as I had kills, but I mean, I'm not gonna argue with it. The ballpoint is still very awkward. At least compared to other Splatlings. I am getting a little worried that I've now gotten 2 wins on my X-Rank placement games. I don't know what the points were for both the matches, but I'm still a little worried. Oh hey, Webster's still here. Clued! Yep, someone left. Okay, let's see how badly I can do this time. Let's see if I can actually take note of the power for this X-Rank match. 2050. Oh yeah, that's not bad, actually. That's pretty low. My first one was only 2040, so... Oh, Webster's sniping now. Ow. It doesn't matter that I died, because I have beacons! Ow. I think these are still faster to jump to. Try and get a beacon closer to everything. Ow. I think people are actually using my beacons! What is this wizardry? Teammates don't use oh, that one looks like it got exploded. Okay, never mind. Hello, Anissa. Man, I cannot aim. Ow. Ow. Ah! Revenge! Wait, beacons. I think people are legit using my beacons. That is nice. That one's dead, yeah. Ow. 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 Rude. That Bucket is being a rude dude. Proof! Rude dude! Alright, Rand. Have a good night. Yeah, they've taken my beacon down now. They'd have to make some, like, stupidly good progress to actually win at this point. So that's 3 wins of my X placement games. I am getting legitimately terrified now. Do one more match, and then I'm gonna back out and go back into turf. Jeff. It was rather just a nice normal name, just Jeff. And we get lemons! I mean, you know. Sturgeon Shipyard. Where should I put beacons? Okay, this is a... Okay, both of these teams look kind of awkward. I think we have the more powerful weapons, though. Which is good. Ow. I suppose that Bamboozler is effectively a one-hit kill. Oh, guys, please don't crowd the beacon too much. And I didn't get another beacon down. No. Yeah, I think this is just gonna be a loss. Yeah. This is just gonna be a loss. Man, the Bamboozler is powerful in the right hands. I think that person has been responsible for all of my deaths so far. Ow. Hey, we have the lead. I mean, we lost it, but that's worthy of booyahing. Ow. Beacon. Beacon. It's kind of an awkward position, but beacon. Hopefully the team realizes they're there and uses them. Jeff. Don't care. Oh darn it, my beacon died. Because splashdowns are so frickin' weak. Ow. Oh, hey, that beacon's still up. I thought that one would have been destroyed by now. I guess I got it just enough out of their view, and none of them are super jumping, so none of them saw it. Ow. Just back off, people. Just back off. Make it hard for it to get the... Yes! 4 wins. Oh, jeez. I didn't even see what the power was on that match. Oh, jeez. Why am I apparently decent at Rainmaker? I have the feeling the game was just being nice. I am going to go back to my undercover, and before I forget, friend request. Wrong equipment. Oh, well, I need to get to the... Yeah, anyway. Because having this much sub-power up on ink mines is not going to help me any. I mean, it's going to make their explosion a little bigger, but It'd be great if sub power-up increased the damage of ink mines. Like, if it could take them up to dealing about 50, 60 damage, that would be nice. I shall get to that friend request after one match. Well, yeah, I'll give it 2 matches. Give people a chance to actually join in. So it'll be not after this match, but after the one after this match. If that made any sense. You did. Now you get to murder kill me. A lot. Assuming I don't end up murder killing you a lot. I feel mean. I feel mean, but I want to get to 1,000,000 points with this thing. It's not my fault Nintendo made this the most broken weapon I can use. Like, the Undercover did not need the ability to instantly recover its shield if it splats somebody. It did not need that as a bonus. Why does it have it, Nintendo? I feel so mean. I suppose I am probably the safer thing to go after than the rest of my team. Though they're actually not over at that side at the moment. You're almost getting me. You got me at the very end. I feel incredibly mean about that. Well, incredibly bad about that, I should say. Oh, jeez. 15 kills. I am so sorry. I feel like I should put this away, but I want the 1,000,000 points. I need it. Fair enough. I still feel bad, though. 'Cause I tend to always feel bad when I'm doing that well. Because I know I'm only doing that well because of the weapon I'm using. It's not even because the undercover's a good weapon. I've just put way too much time into getting good with it. Now, just as a reminder, after this match, I'm going to be backing out so I can get to the friend request I received. Ow. Person's running Haunt? Huh. Neat. I liked Haunt in the first game. Not many people used Haunt because they had no clue what it did fully. Like, you'd have the idea of like, oh, well it makes, you know, anyone that splats me gets point censored. But it did more than that. It, whenever you became point censored, would give you, like, a main of damage up, swim speed up, run speed up, special charge up. I think special charge up was part of it. It gave you a lot of mains of stuff when you were point censored. So it was basically anti-point censor equipment. That was more about, you know, being point censored and staying point censored than getting rid of it, like Cold-Blooded was for. So, like, that was just neat to me. Like, it was gear that encouraged you to become point censored. Same as the, I forget what it was called. I think it was just called Recon Squid or something like that. It was a shirt exclusive, where if you were standing on the spawn point, the enemy team would just become visible to you. Like, to your entire team, kind of thing. Which is really cool. I kind of wish there was something like that in this one, where, like, as long as you're on the spawn platform, like, your entire team could thermal ink view the entire enemy team. Hello, Beast Mode. Almost had 1,000 points again. Now, to back out, get to those friend requests, or / friend request. I don't know if it was one or multiple, because the Switch doesn't like telling you. It's just like, friend request! Every, like, 5 or 6 of them, it'll just be like, what, did someone send one? I don't know. I have no idea what I'm on tonight. I'm doing rather good, and the stream's going rather good. How are you doing, Beast Mode? Because I have another What member following me. Or at least that wants to shoot me in the face. Yeah, I'll stick with this. Oof. That's never fun. I get the feeling I might be getting sick, which has me wanting to just go after this stream is done and just take a swig of Buckley's, and that'll make me feel better in no time. To non-Canadians, Buckley's as a cold medicine is about the equivalent of dropping a nuke to get rid of a fly. I guess you can beast mode. Like, Buckley's is the kind of cold medicine that will just make you feel better. And friend code is bottom left of the screen. Or it's in the description on YouTube as well. Ow. I should probably try and make it more visible at some point. Like, find a text that has, like, a black border to it. Ow. I was not expecting all of them to be right there. Jeez. What did I ever do to you guys? Other than shoot you in the face. But I think I've only done that to really 2 of them so far. Yeah, I can always make it a little bigger. I can't do it right at this very moment. Actually, I can. Oh, jeez. Oh, Streamlabs changed all of its buttons around. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna need to give it a second. I'm not gonna be able to see the chat for, like, until I die. Oh, there we go. There, it's a little bigger now. Ow. Hopefully it's good. I keep forgetting that most people, like, view me from mobile. So, like, I set everything up so, like, that would be clearly visible from desktop. Ow. I'm gonna go 1 match, and then I'll get to your friend request. There, beast mode. That way anyone who's trying to join can actually get in for a match. Well, can hopefully get in for a match. This is Turf War. It's a bit temperamental. In a bit, yeah. I want to wait for at least the map rotation, because it's 15 minutes until the map rotation, so... would kind of be a waste to pop into League now. But once the maps rotate, sure. I really like it too, but we'd only have time for like 2 matches. If we even have a full quad, 'cause I know, TB would probably want to join in as well. Yeah, I'll get to it after this match. If I were to try and accept it right now, I would get disconnected. Like I said, I wanted to have basically... I tried to have a 2-match buffer between accepting friend requests, so that people have a chance to get in and, you know, actually play a match. Ow. No fear. That is the optimal way to play an undercover Brella. Is have no fear. Walk at your opponents. Leave them questioning your sanity. Ow. I should have been jumping more. Hey, it's someone else actually using tenacity. That used to be like the go-to sniper head, hat equipment. Was something with tenacity. Ow. Really wish they would just make they would have made Splashdown like safer to use. I mean, the whole not losing much of it if you do die mid-Splashdown is nice, but like... It'd be nice if you just didn't lose it as often. The Sorella is nice. Like, I like having a bomb on it. The Sorella fighting the other two Brellas, it wins. Purely because, well, little trick, all you need to do is throw a splat bomb at the other one's shield and it will break. Just immediately will break. I'm not a fan of the Kensa, but I don't like ink armor and I hate torpedoes. So... The default is, in my opinion, probably the best of both worlds between aggressive and supportive play. It's aggressive in Splashdown, and supportive play from Ink Mines. So it kinda has both. The Kensa is pure support, and the Sorella is complete offense. Which leaves a lot of people not liking the Sorella. I just don't like ink armor in general. Like, it's a good free reload, but when do I need the free reload? I get that it gives like 30 more HP to people, but I don't like that. It doesn't do anything productive. It doesn't actively hurt the other team. Yeah, TB, I tend to talk about weapons in just my opinion towards them. I never try to, speak plainly of, one way or another about a weapon. Some of them I will outright say are bad, like brushes. They're bad. They're fun, but they're bad. The undercover is a bad weapon. It's fun, I'm good with it, but it's still a bad weapon. I've never really cared to, like, rate a weapon. Like, I know a lot of people have, like, the tier lists, and I've not put a whole lot of stock into them. I've more laughed at what I've been able to do with the default undercover. So you get a lot of people that are like, oh man, it's like a C- weapon at best. And then there's just me, like, I've been in high X rank in splat zones with it. It comes down to the user, not so much the weapon itself. You could have literally the best weapon in the game, and if you're terrible with it, it doesn't matter. And while I agree, some weapons are pretty bad. And some weapons are kind of brokenly good. Looking at you, Kensa Splat Pro. I also tend to look at things from, like, a design standpoint. Like, are they good game design? Because for those new here, and I imagine, you know, a lot of you don't know this, I am actually, while I have not released a game, I am a game developer. Because technically, to be a game developer, all you need to do is develop a game. I have been developing a game. I have studied a lot of game design as a result of this. So I feel I've gotten good at looking at games and things objectively. GG. A few things I will let my emotions win over on, like the Clash Blaster being broken. That, in my opinion, is still design-wise broken, but it's not as broken as it feels like it is when you're on the wrong side of it. Though it tends to fall into the same category that, like, Balance in Yu-Gi-Oh! Does. Where it's like, yeah, that thing is, you know, that combo is broken, but oh, if you could Ash Blossom it at this point, it's not broken anymore. It's like, yeah, if you're playing something specifically for countering it, it's not broken, but that's because you're specifically countering it. Like, Hydra is good. Full charge, 3-hit kills, that is nice. I believe it can get even the 99.9 damage with its non-full charge shots too, if you have enough main power up. Hey, we're on the same team. Yeah, links don't work in my chat. I apologize. That's to basically keep people from coming on here and linking inappropriate things. Hello, Waffle. Ow. Oh, hey, it's a try-hard Splat Pro. That's fine. People are allowed to try hard. Ow. I just don't have to like it. I mean, technically I'm tryharding. This is my standard equipment set with the weapon I have the most experience with. You know, it's probably a good thing you switched to the blaster there, Beast Mode. Because I just noticed we have a Hydra on our team anyway. Waffle, I'm assuming your TST is meant to stand for tasty. Or it could be testy. Just a very aggravated waffle. An aggravated waffle would be an interesting thing, though. I'm gonna go one more match before getting to that friend request. Getting a lot of them tonight. I honestly kind of dread the day that my friends list becomes full because I don't want to ever delete anybody. I think I will change equipment. I really want to reach the 1,000,000 points with this, though. I'm at like 40-some games, and I'll have it. Remix these fools. I said I wasn't gonna say that again. I said it again! I am the worst. Yeah, as I was... Yep. 2 minutes to the rotation. So this will be the final match of this rotation. Then we'll see if we can get a quad squad free league going, and if we can't get a quad, then I'll probably just hop back into turf. So. Yeah, what I was saying with the Clash Blaster is, like, I know the weapon isn't actually, like, broken. Because if you outrange it, or have enough swim speed to just get past it and get behind it, it's not a problem. But you shouldn't need to be playing a completely different weapon just for it to not be absolutely broken. And one of the lowest skill weapons to use. Like, I'll give, the Clash can be used in majestic ways. But it is probably the easiest weapon to get people, like, used to playing the game with. Because all you have to do is hold down the trigger and walk. And it's a good weapon. It's a good and oppressive weapon at that. Yeah, you should probably never super jump to me. I'm probably in a bad position, even if I don't look like it. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't slash isn't the Emperor Splat Dualies like the meta Splat Dualies? I know they're definitely used a lot for whatever reason. I never exactly saw the point myself, but... Fair enough. I mean, I at times find the undercover Brella to be overpowered. Okay. Quest. So many people have, like, cute me's as their icon. And then there's just me, that just has Mayro having possessed one of the things. I prefer opening the room just to make it more fair for everybody. Gives everyone an equal chance of getting in. I mean, I can kind of see the point of using dualies over, non-dualies. Like, the Emperors here would undoubtedly win that fight, because their range stat is the same. They have literally the same range as the Splatter Shot. Only a much higher rate of fire, and the ability to dodge roll, and they have a whole lot of things going for them. No Splat fan. Yeah, dualies are good. They're probably a little too good. I should really pick a weapon. You know what? I trust you guys to use my beacons. I trust you all to use beacons. Alright, Splatfan. I mean, I'm not terrible with it, but I should probably be on beacon duty. I'm like, most days moderately good with, the Rainmaker. And other days, I'm like godlike with it, nailing people in the face with the shots. Well, you don't have to have a dedicated Rainmaker grabber. Ow. I thought I was free of that. Oh, jeez. My Joy-Cons are messing up again. That's always good. Ow. Now they're not messing up again. Again, I did feel them disconnect and reconnect, so that's, you know, probably what happened. And why they're working again. Ow. Oh yeah, they're still not working great. It's like the gyro is being silly. I don't have the money to get a Pro Controller. I'm saving up for it, but I don't have the money. I make $10 a week. Ow. Like, trust me, I'd love to get a Pro Controller, but I don't have the money. Because, as I've explained to people in the past, I am unemployed because I am a high school dropout. Ow. Yeah, that's why I'm saving for a Pro Controller. I legit was going to get Joy-Cons, and then I realized the Pro Controller was cheaper, and everyone keeps saying it's more reliable anyway. So... yeah. Basically just sold me on getting the, Pro Controller. I'm still looking at like $90 to $100. Unless I buy a used one. Ow. I tried, guys. Maybe a beacon kit isn't the best thing to use. My favorite ranked mode is Splat Zones. Followed by Rainmaker, then Tower Control, and Clam Blitz isn't even considered. I don't like Clam. Go whatever you want to go. I'm gonna grab a Point Gal. Oh, Waffle appears to also be going Point Gal. It's fine. 2-point gals is better. Hello, Ruby. This is fine. None of us have a reason for being here. It's fine. Oh, jeez. I kind of set everything up for that to happen, didn't I? Just gonna have a bunch of Kensa point gals. Yeah, I'll accept it in a bit. If I were to try to now, it would disconnect me, and yeah. Then I'd have to set the lobby back up. Nintendo hates you opening the home menu when you're not on, like, the lobby screen. It's frustrating. This is gonna be silly. I mean, we are all point gals. We all have 2-hit kills. I am terrible with the Tentabroa. Ow. I mean, we'd have to actually successfully get Booyah Bombs for that, and I'm gonna regret doing this, aren't I? Ow. Though I am pretty sure that if we were to chain them right, we could nearly keep an nearly endless stream of Booyah Bombs going. Ow. Because of the special boosting. Ow. Yeah. I had it and everything. Ow. Died to a stingray. I bring shame to this dojo. That was the worst Booyah Bomb ever. I should have spun around and fired behind myself. It would have given me that little bit of extra distance. Ow. It's only the Rainmaker left. Ow. That was the blaster that died. Guess not. Well, at least I wasn't the only one to throw a terrible Booyah Bomb. Ow. You get used to it. No! We lost the lead in the last 3 seconds! Darn it! I mean, I tend to die like every 5 seconds, so... I only live so long because I swim to the front instead of super jumping. I'm gonna switch weapons. I still don't really know who that is. That vain person. I know they've showed up in my stream before. They've been in the chat. They had a fancy name. Yeah, I'm gonna jet squelch. Wrong thing. Wait, it's this I'm looking for. Range. I want more range. Yeah, why not more range? Snipe Squelcher. I would honestly say if you do get any consoles, Ruby, to get a Switch. There's just so many good experiences of every type of game on the Switch. And the Switch is portable. And it's just so much going for the Switch. Like, the Xbox and PS, and PlayStation are, They still have their niches. Like, Xbox is definitely more geared towards oh, hi, Japan o'clock. Xbox is still geared more towards shooters, and PlayStation is still geared more towards, like, racing type games. That and that probably sounds completely weird to everyone, because it's like, racing games on the PlayStation? Yeah, they have a lot of them, they're just not very popular. We can beat the Japanese! Gaijins unite! Ow. I don't think we can beat the Japanese. These ones are not going easy on us because we're Gaijins. It's cool beast mode. Oh jeez, editing. Ow. Yeah, it is kind of understandable to not like the PlayStation or Xbox. I'm honestly not a fan of them either. Like, I was never really one for taking a major side in the console wars that are happening when I was in high school. Except to always bring up, well, what about Nintendo? Like, it's like, Sony, Xbox, what about Nintendo? Like, what about the Wii? That's an amazing console. Ah, jeez, I ran out of ink. They bring shame to this dojo by seabagging. Oh, I'd already mentioned I'm terrible with that thing. That's why I didn't go with it. Ow. Like, I want to get good with the tent umbrella, but at the same time, like, it's so, like, awkward compared to the others, and really does not lend itself to my playstyle at all. I mean, we didn't do horrible. Normally, facing a team of Japanese players goes much worse than that, so... I don't know who Octoboy is, so... I can't use any of his strategies. But I can go with a Tenta, I just need to find a Tenta. Yeah, I was using this one last. I don't really like any of them, though. Nah, I'm not gonna go Tenta, I apologize. Yeah, I'm just gonna go tryharding. Try hard! I don't have quite enough main power-up anymore, but I have close enough. I don't have the final 0.9 damage. I mean, fair enough. I really feel like I should watch more of the Splatoon YouTubers. That way I know what you guys are talking about when you mention things. Because, like, for the most part, I don't watch Splatoon YouTubers. I tend to not watch any, like, specialized YouTuber except for Hardleg Gaming, who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. And that's only because he's, like, the only bearable Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber. I almost feel like I should just run with my more normal kit of stuff. Because I don't have enough... Ow. I don't have enough main power-up to actually get the 49.9 damage. So... if I ran on my normal equipment, I'd probably actually do better. Yeah, for anyone here who likes Yu-Gi-Oh!, Hardleg Gaming is an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel who just... he's just a joy. And then you get, like, the other Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers like DZ, who's just a jerk. Like, at least that's how he comes across. I don't know if he actually is a jerk, but he definitely acts like one. Like, he's incredibly rude towards new players. He's rude towards returning players. And then there's Simo, who... I don't know what it is about him, but he just is not as... he's just not as good as Hardleg. Well, I know what it is. He's far too focused on, like, meta stuff. Hardleg does just silly stuff, and it's great. Ow. Glad to get away from that. Yeah, how could I not know of them? Like, as I don't watch Splatoon YouTubers. I tend to not even watch much Splatoon content. Like, I think the only main videos I've watched of that are Splatoon was Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of the first Splatoon, and it's what got me into streaming in the first place. I decided, hey, I want to actually try Splatoon, and you know what, I'm going to try streaming it too. Ow. Got the lead. Nah, that's not weird. I've known the controls to a lot of games before I have them. We could always just back off with the Rainmaker. mean, in like the last 5-10 seconds, you may as well just back off. We had the lead. Not by much, but we had the lead. Yeah, I'd say I officially went tryhard. Rand would be so proud. The sniff. Well, he might not be proud because of the weapon I did it with, but you know. Let's see. I'm gonna change my equipment. I mean, sure, I'll go Tenta camo. Other people can do it if they feel like it. What does this do? Yeah, as if that needed more durability. Okay, I guess run speed and ink recovery. You know what? I want to wear this shirt. Yeah. Two undercover and 2 camo Tenta. Yeah, how could this go badly in any way? I already forget what the sub on this thing is. Oh god. Ink mine. Okay. So we have 2 Reinhardts and 2... I don't know, what's a worse tank in Overwatch, but still a tank? I know a good thing. 2 Fernandos and 2 Reinhardts. Fernando having a better shield than Reinhardt. I mean, I'm too hyper-aggressive for that. I'm sorry. I don't wait. Oh, jeez. Yeah, another ink. I don't play non-aggressively. Ow. That L3 is tryharding super hard. Ow. I mean, I get the idea, but like, I'd rather not. To me, that seems like a gimmicky kind of strategy, like, you know, the sweeping Caterpies of Pokemon. This is just too gimmicky to reliably work. To be fair, everything in Splatoon is fun. I am switching weapons, so I cannot. I can't with that Tenta, at least. I'm gonna try this one. Do I have anything with Ink Saver? I probably don't. I've come back. I have this. Yeah, that doesn't look horrible. What does this have? Yeah, it says Curling Bomb Rush. I'm gonna stick with a Curling Bomb Rush. It's like missiles, but, you know. With fundamental differences. Yes, curling bomb rush. I'm Canadian, what do you expect? I need to throw copious amounts of curling bombs around. I mean, the timer decided for you there, Beast Mode. Oh, hey, it's a clan. Ah, nice. I seem to be getting a lot of Canadian viewers recently. That is very handy. A lot of my viewers are from California. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna argue with it. Like, I don't know why California seems to get fed a lot of Atlantic Canadian content, but you know. Ow. Oh, I was so close to the bomb rush. Hey, that's... It's honestly cool to me having people from just various parts of the world watch my dumb content. Ow. Oh, excuse me. I'm in Nova Scotia. I won't get much more specific than that, because the town I live in isn't all that big. So, don't want to basically dox myself. That wouldn't be good. Yep, they're flanking. Ow. So close. That just means you have better taste than everyone else there, Ruby. The Splatoon is great. Ow. Yeah, I was asking for that. too used to the undercover. I could have got away from that with the undercover. I tried to distract them. It kinda works. Are we really gonna win against a clan? Oh geez, there's a chance we might not. Yes! We beat a clan! And I didn't do horribly with this thing. I mean, I definitely could have done better, but... I did still die a lot. I think that ink saver main does actually help me a fair bit. Because that was a problem I had a lot with the Tenta, was I'd run out of ink. What does the other kits have? Bubbles, bleh. Ink stamp, bleh. Yeah, they'll just stick with curling. Just keep curling their faces. Well, I mean, just did dualies, so do NZAP. I mean, Discord's a pretty neat thing, but I don't like having... I'm not comfortable having, you know, you guys co-commentate, because I'm trying to keep at least some semblance of PG, and I know a lot of people have trouble not cursing. I know that because I was one of those people. I do kind of want to start doing some like occasional streams where I just have, you know, a bunch of you guys just co-commentating. Discord's easy to get, all you need is an email, so... Yeah, if you're 13, that's old enough for getting an email, that's old enough to get Discord and YouTube and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Oh jeez. You okay over there, Beastman? Ow. I mean, it took me till I was like 21 to get a business email, so I mean... Thought I had died, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, I have definitely noticed a lot of people that like Splatoon tend to be a lot younger. And then there's just me that I got into the series when I was like 19. I mean, not because I was like, oh man, it looks kiddie, but more of just, I've told this before, but like, basically, I had looked at Splatoon and went, well, it's third person, and I don't like third person games. And past that, it was also like, okay, it's a team-based shooter. Cool. But so is Team Fortress 2. Only in TF2, you can switch weapons mid-match. You can come and go as you please. There, as much as it's horrible, there is in-game voice communication. Like, you know, it has so many things up on Splatoon. So I just never bothered playing it. Like, we had it since, like, day one, like, the first game. And I just never played it. And then, you know, flash forward a long time. And I decide, you know what? I've watched Chuck Conroy's series. He makes it look really fun. I'm gonna give it a go. And then, yeah, the rest is archived on my YouTube, really. Oh man, I used to vlog. It's kind of fun. I just never did enough to bother. I did my best. I'm still getting used to this thing. I kind of want to switch weapons, but I also kind of want to just stay with this thing. I think I've finally found an equipment set that works. I mean, yeah, we'll probably get just destroyed by Japan. Though I don't think we're at a high enough league power to run into too many Japanese teams. It's like, I tend to joke about it a lot, but a lot of, like, the Japanese teams that you run into are clans, and you just can't tell, really, because, well, good luck figuring out what their clan is called. Like... Ow. I really should get back to my Japanese studies. I really want to learn Japanese. Ow. Because I'd really love to one of these years take a trip to Japan and not need a translator. Like, I'd rather be able to just know what people are saying. Part of that does come from just the fact that I know I'd probably end up getting more respect as a gaijin to actually know the language. Because even, like, the older, Japanese folks would be like, oh, hey, this gaijin actually took the time to learn our language. You know? He's not just a rude foreigner. characters are remarkably similar. Like, as kind of silly as this probably sounds, I've actually been tempted to stream my learning of Japanese. Because it wouldn't be the most impossible thing for me to do. Because how I'm learning is through the game's Learn Japanese to Survive, which is an RPG series, which is something that could be streamed. Oh jeez, I ran out of ink. Just the only thing I run into is, like, I don't know how I would keep the streams interesting. Because a lot of it would just be listening to me badly pronounce vowels. Ow. You have the lead, though. No. Yes! Another victory! So, I think after this one here, I am going to head back into Turf Wars, because I want to start Dynamo time. And I don't want to run Dynamos in League. Not Rainmaker, anyway. We should not have won that. Just based on their kill counts. But yeah, I'm just gonna hop back into Turf now. Plus, it'll give more people a chance to actually get in. Plus, I can now get to those friend requests I received. Alright, Beast Mode, have a good night. It said 2, and now there's only 1. And for those who are new here, Dynamo time is just an hour where I use nothing but dynamos. Usually marks the last hour of the stream. I might end it after another hour, but I might also keep going tonight. I don't know. Depends on how my throat ends up. Did I see Triggerfish? Ooh, I love Triggerfish. Camp Triggerfish is legit my favorite map. I feel like I'm the only person who thinks that, but... Camp Triggerfish is my just favorite map. And of course it's starting with Gobby Arena. The arena of gobbies. Oh jeez, I'm out of ink. Ow. I mean, I really like the Dynamo. I just wish it didn't have its vertical swing. Like, just about any time I use the vertical swing, I'm usually meaning to use a horizontal one. I've just not pushed the buttons in the right order. Like right there, I would have really loved to have had the horizontal swing. Ow. I am not doing good with this. Jeez. Doesn't help that enemy sniper is vastly superior to our sniper. Ow. I have not. My girlfriend has, though. I remember her liking it, but being slightly disappointed because it wasn't what she was expecting it to be. But I mean, she was going into it expecting it to be more of, like, lore side of Splatoon instead of just being basically what Splatoon roleplayers do all day. Different Dynamo. I'm gonna go with this one. I mean, I hate ink armor, but I mean... Splat Bomb? It gives me something. I've been thinking about reading them, but, like, I have so many other... Hey, Triggerfish! I have so many other mangas that I need to get caught up on. So I used to read a fair few, and then I just kind of stopped, and yeah. Oh, this is a team. This is a team. Both died! So I think the sniper might have went with me. Oh, the sniper lived. Okay. It's nice having an opportunity to roll as a dynamo. Ow. Hello, stretchy boy. I'm just doing turf. I'm not really a fan of doing small private battles, and I don't think we have enough people to do at least a 3v3, so... That's my usual ruling, and I will be going at least one more match before getting to your friend request. I like having a few game buffer between friend requests. Just to give people that are trying to join a chance to actually get in and play. At least one round before they have to try and join again. I implemented that rule after a stream where literally every battle I was getting a new friend request. And people were mentioning that they basically didn't even have a chance to get into the matches before I was already backing out again. So... Ow. That person just came out of nowhere. I'm gonna go back to the other dynamo and watch it go back to Gobby. Because I want the Stingray for Triggerfish, because it's one of the few maps where it's actually kind of good in my opinion. Still not great, but... Thing is, I'm not the biggest fan of doing mini-games on stream either. Mostly because I don't know how 90% of them work myself, so... I mean, I know I'm kind of a weird streamer in that fashion, because I imagine a lot of them do, like, mini-games and private battles, and then there's just me that's like, I mean, Turf War is pretty cool, and hey, it's actually Triggerfish. Yeah! Man, it would be nice if the Dynamo had its old kill radius. Yeah, I'm not very good with the Dynamo. I main the undercover Brella more than anything else, but I've re-implemented an old segment I used to have when I streamed the first Splatoon called Dynamo Time, in which I play a dynamo for at least an hour. And in the first game, it got me actually pretty decent with the dynamo. So, you know, there's a chance that I'll actually get decently good in this one with it, too. Ow. That's what I don't like about the Stingray. Like, all of those hits, and I did not splat the person. Like, I get it would be broken if it splatted, you know, quicker than it does, because apparently it's broken as is. Well, that's kind of my point. It's apparently already broken, so make it more broken. Make it usable. Make it good. Like, the dynamo feels like it would be so much better if it had, like, a splashdown. Ow. Yeah, like, I don't even understand why they nerf it. Like, it didn't need nerfed. It, at least in my opinion, was one of the weakest specials. It's just used a lot because, well, chip damage is nice, and I will give that. It's why I like the splashdown on the undercover. It's the chip damage from the splashdown is nice. But it takes the user out of the fight for so long. And as long as the enemy team isn't fully engaged in combat, it's pretty easy to avoid getting to the friend request. Oh, might as well stick with this dynamo. True, but so is any special that can force the enemy off the tower. Like, Booyah Bomb is also really powerful on tower, because you can force the enemy team to have to get off the tower or be splatted. If the tower is at one of the points, Tentamissiles can force them off the tower. Like, there's so many things that can force the enemy team off the tower. And those other things have a much higher chance of actually killing the people on the tower. Like, I've never had a problem myself with tower control and Stingrays. I've just got off the tower, waited for their special to run out, and got back on. I mean, it does really depend on the map, too, I suppose. Because something like Moray Tower's tower control, no, it's not helpful at all. Like, Stingray itself is not very useful on Moray Towers. Just because of how the map is situated. Rolling with Dynamo is very slow. It's too slow for me. You know, I feel like the Stingray should kill after, like, 7 hits. That would be a decent number of hits. Instead of, like, the 12, 14 it needs now. It's hard to keep count of all the hits, but, like... Could use, like, 3 less. I could see you there, person. You leave it bulged. And another thing they could possibly do with the Stingray is have it start off dealing, like, let's say 20 damage a hit, and then start decreasing in damage the longer it's, like, the longer the special gauge is running down. So, like, it starts at 20, drops to 15, then 10, then 9, then 6, then 4. That way it progressively gets weaker. I'm doing the rough math in my head and it's not right, but, like, have it so, like, after about, like, 7, 8 hits, it's a kill. But it gets progressively weaker the longer it fires, so you're not likely to get more than 1 kill with it. Like, that, I think, would have been really nice. And would thematically make sense. Possibly even have it start at, like, half damage, ramp up to the full damage, and then ramp down again. Because it does, you know, with how it fires, it clearly starts at about the intensity that it ends on. So have it, like, start at, like, 1 damage and then ramp up, like, really quickly to, like, the max damage and then ramp back down slowly. Though I might just... I might just kind of like that kind of mechanic because of how frustrating it is in Earth Defense Force. I should really stream Earth Defense Force 5. 'Cause I own it now, so I could stream it. It is really fun, too. Yeah. So, fun fact, the Stingray as a topic is actually something that managed to lose me a viewer because of how much I don't like the Stingray. Ow. Didn't realize that was a tent umbrella. Yeah, I probably should have guessed that was a Tentix. I was pretty sure they didn't have an arrow spray. But I honestly thought that was a different bomb rush. Though I suppose I can't say it was the Stingray in general. It was basically competitive talk. And for those here who are new, one thing that I feel everyone should know about me, if someone's gonna if someone's gonna trash talk around me, and they can't back it up, I will point it out. That was more what caused me to lose this viewer. He was trash talking, and the thing that really threw it over the line for me was he was trash talking other viewers for being bad because his team should have been winning. And that's just kind of where I drew the line, because he was also lowest contributor on his team every round. And was blaming everyone else. And I can't stand that type of person. Partially because my oldest brother is that type of person, and I've had 23 years of that. And it is just not very pleasant for anybody. I am also very much the type of person where if I do get into an argument with someone, later on I will go and research the topic if I wasn't fully knowledgeable on it. And if I was right, I will throw it in their face the next time we're talking. And in that case, that was another case of that. Mostly it was once again around the Stingray. This person's argument of, it was the best special weapon ever and everyone in competitive used it. To which it was ranked like 11th on a list of specials used in league battles. Alright, Waffle. Have a good night. Or day. Whatever it is for you. I always forget that it's not night for everybody. I will say, the one thing you should all take away from, what all I just said, is that I will defend you all to the hilt. Yeah, that was my point of it. And the other guy's point was, oh, it's the best special weapon, and no one can counter it, and things like Tentamissiles are bad. And once again on this, I basically went and found a competitive stats list, and Tentamissiles were legitimately higher on the stat list, the usage list, than Stingray was. More competitive players were using Tentamissiles than Stingrays. And it's like, dude, do you even know what you're talking about? I didn't know what I was talking about when it came to the competitive stuff, but I admitted that. I had made sure to mention to this guy multiple times of, I don't know what competitive players use. I'm not a competitive player. All I know is from my experience, Stingray is kinda bad. But that got very heated. To the point where on my stream Discord, if you go far enough back in the general chat, you will actually find me apologizing for how heated it got. Because I know I shouldn't have been letting him get to me. I mean, it was just a dumb disagreement. But the moment he really, like, started attacking other viewers was just that's where I drew the line. Ow. I'd take Killer Whale myself, reading your latest message. Ow. But then again, in the first game, I played the Heavy Splatling remix. And, well, that weapon was the Killer Whale. Ow. Like, its entire kit was basically about getting the Killer Whale as soon as you could and as fast as you could. That just the same thing. I meant as often. Yeah. It's totally not like nearly 2:30 in the morning. As fast and as often as you could. That's what I meant. I'm getting tired. Last night I was asleep at this time. Mostly because I lost track of time, and by the time I realized it was time to start my stream, it was nearly 1 AM, which is an hour after my normal stream starting time. So I just decided, I'll just sleep. I was tired anyway, so... Because that's kind of the advantage of being unemployed. I can just choose to sleep whenever I feel like it. Downside is I never have any money, so... I mean, I make $10 a week now mowing my sister's lawn. And that's about it. And it's only $10 a week because, well, I wanted 5, but she couldn't bank transfer less than 10. So it had to be 10. Hello, Josephine. And it was fine if people join. Oh, so yeah, I know, Stretchy Boy. The chat tends to be decently quiet. It's, well, mostly because my stream's pretty small. I kind of like how small the stream is, though. Like, I would love to make a job out of YouTube and Twitch and the like. But at the same time, I like the size of my stream. Like, a few days it has gotten slightly, you know, unmanageable. Of like, I won't be able to reply to everything everybody says. But like, even on those days, I can still reply to most of it. Like, I like this size. Because I like interacting with you all. And I know as I get bigger, it's gonna be so much harder to actually interact with everybody. I'm still gonna try if I do actually get to an unmanageable size. I am still gonna try. Even if it just takes, well, once again, like setting up some sort of thing for just, you know, viewers to co-commentate. I still want to, like, I want to always stay active with you all. Because, I mean, all of you guys are the reason I'm doing this. Oh jeez, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see the appeal for the viewer side of things too, because, well, you get to directly talk with the streamer, you know. Oh jeez, I'm out of ink. Exactly 54%. I am not the biggest fan of glitching in Turf War or Ranked. Like, even if they don't, like, break the experience for the enemy team, it can still be annoying for the friendly team to have someone who's, you know, just in the corner glitching out. Kinda guessed that was you, Josephine. Triggerfish, yes! I love this map. I've even still been trying to figure out what it is I like so much about Triggerfish. And I think it's mostly just that it, you know, it plays so differently from the other maps. Because most of the maps, like, most of what you're doing is fighting to get to the center. This, you're fighting to get to the wings. Which, you know, is very different. Ow. Oh, excuse me. I'm mildly gassy, and I don't know why. I mean, I have an idea. It's just I just had a cough drop. But, ow. Because I use cough drops to keep my throat from getting too scratchy too quickly. It still happens, because I know I've explained this before, but I also know I get a lot of new people popping in every night. Before I started streaming, I barely talked, like, ever. So my voice isn't exactly used to this in the slightest. Like, I've been doing it for years now. My voice still gets tired and scratchy after a couple hours. Even though it shouldn't. Hello, Gaming Forever. So I've taken to taking cough drops during the stream to help, like, soothe my throat and keep it from getting too sore. And they actually surprisingly work. Though I suppose part of why my throat does get so sore while streaming is I tend to talk louder because, well, if I don't, then you guys can probably barely hear me because this is my normal talking tone and it's not very loud, as you can probably hear. So I kind of need to talk louder. I also basically sit inside the microphone, and it's still barely, you know... I'm probably about the normal audio for most people. Like, normal volume level, I should say. And where this has been going so long, I will go get to that front quest right after this match. I have not gotten an ow counter yet. You may be the only one, you know, there on Twitch gaming, but... well, there is a YouTube side of things. I am using Restream to stream to YouTube and Twitch, so I have viewers on both. I kind of wish I had more viewers on Twitch. Because if I had if I had the 3 average viewers, I'd be affiliate, which would be nice. But I don't have that. I'm at like 1.86 last I checked. And Splat Charge is pretty cool. I'm terrible with it. I kind of want to try setting up like a counter for every time I say ow. But I don't know exactly how I would even go about that. I'm normally pretty decent at sniping in games. I'm just not good at sniping in Splatoon because motion controls are much harsher to shaky hand than mouse controls. So... like, I kind of want to dig out a scope weapon for one match just to show what I mean by shaky hands. I'll do that. Even though it is Dynamo time, I will do that. After this one. Ow. Oh no, Destroyer disconnected! Whatever will we do without Destroyer? I will say, he did have a really confident name for someone so low level. And did. And you know, confidence is a lot when it comes to Splatoon. It's okay, Josephine. I can't either. Hey, I got a splat with this thing. That almost never happens. Ow. Nice. I'm X rank. Well, I suppose. I'm X rank in Rainmaker and Splat Zones. S+0 in Clam Blitz because I just couldn't care to get it any higher. And S+8 in Tower Control. Now, to get to friend requests. I think I've been in X-Rank Splat Zone since I was about level 40. But I've been told I'm good at this game. Okay, where is a scope? Here's a scope. Yeah, I'll use the E later. Why not? Tenacity. I'm only gonna be doing this for one match because, well, it's my aim is sad. I'm only gonna be using the scope for one match, and then I'm gonna go back to the Dynamo. Because I need to finish off Dynamo time. I mean, you could always just go Dynamo too. More Dynamo is always good. Oh, jeez, the aerosprays. But, like, you can probably see how shaky my aim is. And, like, I am doing my absolute best to hold my hands still. And this is what I got to work with. I don't like Fortnite. I got a splat with my special. I probably more stole the kill than anything else. Ow. Yeah, I want to be at least decent with every weapon, but I just my hands are too shaky for at least scoped sniping. I'm pretty decent with a squiffer. But, like, my hands are just too shaky. Yeah, Tiller the cow, it definitely seems like you're pretty alone here with liking Fortnite. That's okay, though. We won't judge you for it. I will suggest you play better games, though. Did not even realize he was there. I got one snipe and one kill with my special. That's something, I guess. Now to go back to the dynamo. For those who are wondering why my aim is, so shaky, I spent far too long playing StarCraft 2 at a semi-professional level. As in, I was playing it 8 to 10 hours a day, and I ruined my wrists doing that. My favorite game? I don't have a specific favorite, I have a bunch of favorites. But if I had to pick exactly one, I would pick EVE Online. Though even then, I'd still, you know... It still has competition for that spot. Because I also really enjoy, Final Fantasy VI. I also really enjoy Kirby's Avalanche. I also really enjoy Yoshi's Story. I also really enjoy Majora's Mask. Like, they're all fighting for that spot, so it feels wrong to really give one of them the spot. I mean, as you might guess, I also really enjoy StarCraft 2, even though I ruined my wrists playing it. I haven't played much of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Mostly because, like, I went to play it, and then was immediately being told by people of, like, no, you should play the first game first. And it's just kind of soured it to me. Like, I kind of don't want to play it now because of how many people were like, no, play the first one, play the first one. It'll spoil things if you play the second one first. It's like, I own the second. So, why wouldn't I play it? Hello, Boxy-tastic. Like, as much as, like, I don't want to talk bad on the people that did that, I do kind of dislike it when people do that when it comes to games. Like, it's even worse when it happens with games that aren't even remotely connected. mean, the first Splatoon is still a solid game. Why would that sound sad? There are still times when I want to stream it. And I could stream it, I just don't. And I feel kind of bad, because I love the game. I mean, gaming, that's kind of the way I look, I look at it. It's like, just let people play game series the way they want to play them. Because, like, the way I look at it is like, sure, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 might have a spoiler for, the first Xenoblade Chronicles. But how would I even know if I don't play the first game? Like, if I've not played it, how am I even gonna know what the spoiler is? I don't know the story of the first game. And wouldn't that also technically mean that playing the first game is going to spoil parts of the second game? Like... But it's still just kind of soured me on playing it. So, like, I've poked at it, but, like, I just can't get into it. And I feel bad, because I own the game. Alright, Josephine. Have a good night. Or day. Have a good existence. Fair enough, Boxy. Congrats. I mean, I imagine a lot of people did play Chronicles 2 first, because it's just the more readily available game. But yeah, have a good night there, Josephine. I've played barely 2 hours of Chronicles 2. I think the most annoying thing I've ever heard when it comes to, oh, play this game first, was someone trying to tell someone else that they should play Ocarina of Time before Majora's Mask. Because, oh man, it spoils the end of Ocarina of Time. Even though it doesn't, in any fashion. Like, oh man, Link won in Ocarina of Time. Who would have guessed? Like... No crap, Link won. He's the hero. That's what heroes do. But literally, other than it, you know, setting up that Link is searching for a beloved friend, there is no connection to Ocarina of Time. I ignore Nintendo's timeline. It's clear they never intended there to be a timeline for the Zelda games. They just made one because fans wanted it. And that's why it makes no sense whatsoever. I actually lost a fair bit of weight playing the Wii Sports game on the Wii. Just the regular Wii. Mostly the boxing minigame. Well, the boxing game. I legit played that so much one night that the next morning when I woke up, my arms were sore. Like, my arms were legitimately sore after the one time I played it. Hello, Ryan. And actually, you're not. There are multiple people here. Like, you know, the YouTube side, there is also Stretchy Boy. On the Twitch side, there is Gaming Forever, Boxy-tastic, and I think one other person that just hasn't said anything in a little bit. Same with on the YouTube side. I think there's a few people also there that just haven't said anything for a bit. View counters are not reliable. Why would this be no commentary? It's a stream. What's the point of streaming if you don't have commentary? Ow. And, geez, what's the point of even doing videos without commentary? And yes, I do. My streams usually start around midnight Atlantic time and run for 2 to 3 hours. For reference, midnight Atlantic time is about 3 hours ago. I also have a Discord that you can join and get notifications on when I'm going live. I occasionally do streams throughout the day as well, so the Discord is handy for that. My day streams usually start around 3 PM Atlantic time, which would be about 12 hours ago. And that right there is a big weakness of Stingrays, why I don't like them. Alright, Gaming Forever. Hope you enjoy Netflix. Yep, I am Canadian. Atlantic Canada. Nova Scotia, to be precise. Yes, I do in fact put maple syrup on just about everything. Like, you want to make some of the best bacon you've ever had? Take, like, a metal baking tray, like one of the ones that has grates on it. Lay your bacon out on that. Then spread a thin layer of maple syrup over it and cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes. It won't be too hard, won't be too soft, and will taste amazing. And it works with just about any type of bacon. Not sure about any type of syrup, though. It might not work with the generic-y syrups that aren't maple syrup, but pretends to be. I mean, it's not healthy in the slightest, but tastes really good. Also tastes really good using that to, like, put on hamburgers. Ah. Fair enough, Ryan. Also a thing to note, depending on, I have not had deep fried Oreos. That's one of the few things I've kind of stayed away from, is deep frying sweet things. Now go one more match, then I should get to that friend request. But yeah, another food-related thing. Depending on, like, the coating on a chicken nugget or chicken strip, dipping it in, like, maple syrup or even just, like, a pancake syrup, because I know, like, there is a difference, that can taste really good. It does depend on the coating. If the chicken nugget coating is too, the best way to put it is too bland, it'll just still taste bland and bad, and then you've just wasted your syrup. You don't want a lot to dip it in either. Like, a lot of people over-dip food, and they just taste the stuff they've dipped it in. You want it just enough that you can taste it, and it'll add to the flavor. It's been so long since I had sushi. I say so long, it's only been a couple months, but still, it is a long time. I've not even had a huge variety of sushi. I've only had a few, like... I've basically only had what my supermarket carries. Because there really isn't, like, a sushi restaurant around here. Which is kind of sad, because, like, this is Nova Scotia. We're fish. So... Fair enough. I've actually ordered a fair few things from Japan, like, food and snack-wise. I think the favorite thing I've ever ordered snack-wise from Japan was mist candies. Those things are flipping good. And I am annoyed that you Japanese people hide them from the rest of the world. Hide them away. The world needs to know about mist candies. It's probably not even the best tasting candy, but... Ow. The only problem with getting official amiibos is just that Nintendo never makes enough. And scalpers like to buy them because they know Nintendo never makes enough. Ow. Though I also wouldn't mind having bootleg ones, because at least that would give me the amiibos I'm missing. I actually have amiibo cards for all of the amiibos up to, like, the first set of the Splatoon 2 ones. As far as I know, they're still official, but... Yeah, I've been tempted to order amiibos from Japan, I just don't have the money for it. But I'm gonna back out, get to the friend request. Yes, I want the Koro Splat Roller back. Oh, it's maps and modes updated anyway. Didn't have to back out. Hey, that marks an hour of Dynamo time. I can switch off of the Dynamo now. which I shall do because dynamo saturation has happened. Well, dynamo oversaturation. Though I've yet to use this one, so I need to use this one once. I believe you've already mentioned that, Stretchy Boy. Or was that someone else? I don't remember. Yeah, I am a little sad that Nintendo has basically stopped updating Splatoon 2. I mean, that does mean that they've presumably started the the concept stage for the next Splatoon game, if they're going to make one. But it's still sad. Oh, jeez. Ow. Yeah, a lot of games continue to get updated for a long time. I can understand why Nintendo would be stopping, especially if they're thinking of making a new game. Because, well, they'd want to have their developers working on the new game. Even if the new game is a couple years out, most games tend to take 2 years to make, at the very least. So, it would make sense. Also, I hope Salmon Run never fully closes. Like, if they're gonna keep the first Splatoon's internet running this long, they had better at least keep Salmon Run running just as long. I'm actually happy with the hairstyles we have. But I'm also not really one for aesthetics, so that would be why. Like most games, I tend to just stick with the default. Ow. See, I like... Well, the male hairstyles, yeah, we could use a few new ones of those, but I like the default female one. It's cute. I like it. The ouch button was made for me. Now I can play something else, because all my dynamos are now together again. They're all together in a row. As much as I love the Booyah Bomb, I don't like the dynamo, the Kensa Dynamo. Purely because it... Well, I suppose they're not completely together. Eh, it's good enough. Mostly because, like, I don't like it purely because of how it works after you've thrown the dynamo. It does a vertical swing instead of a horizontal one, even if you haven't jumped. Because I guess technically you've jumped somehow. It's like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Just let me do a horizontal swing when I'm falling after throwing the Booyah Bomb. Hello, Gabe. Is it like Gabe Newell? Sorry, I had to. Friend code's on the screen. Ow. That was a lot of stuff. Ow. What would that problem be there, Gabe? Ooh. I don't like punching in people's friend codes on stream. Why wouldn't it let you... Right, okay, I remember now. The parental control stuff does that, doesn't it? Ow. I would say if it's any consolation, I was planning on ending the stream off kind of soon. I planned on ending it about, like, 10 minutes ago, but I've just kind of kept playing. I'm probably only going to do 1 to 2 more matches, so... Because my stream started about 3 hours ago at this point. Actually, at this point, it will almost be 3.5 hours because I started early. And my throat is finally starting to get a bit scratchy. That was almost really bad. Alright, Gabe. Have a good night. Or day. Whichever it happens to be for you. No seabagging! I don't understand why Nintendo made the parental controls so... controlling would be the best way to put it. Like, it doesn't make sense why you can't send friend requests with the parental controls on, but you can receive them. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Ugh. True, but how does not being able to send friend requests keep someone safe? It just means that their child has to go around sharing their friend code with everybody. And what if 2 kids that both have really controlling parents like that want to add each other as friends? You know, friends on their Switch. They can't now because they can't share their friend codes with each other. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It seems very counterproductive. Oh jeez, fell down. I don't want to be down here. And here's where all the death is happening. Ow. Like, it would make sense if they couldn't, like... If they just added an extra layer of protection to... the friend request, or possibly just made it so, like, the parental controls made it so you couldn't receive friend requests, but you could send them. If that makes any sense. Unless the other person also has the parental controls on, in which case it acts like normal. Of just being able to send and receive friend requests. Like, really, there's no perfect way of doing that sort of system anyway. Ow. But to me, it definitely seems like the better option to not have kids posting their friend codes on forums just to get friends on their Switch. Especially because you know those parents are not managing what their kids do online. They're using the parental controls to manage what they do on their consoles, so if they're not interested in the games their kid is playing, they're probably not all that interested in the websites their kids are frequenting either. So... I mean, like, my mother tried to be kind of tried to pay semi-attention to, like, the websites I'd be on as a kid. But even then, she wasn't that active at doing it because, well, it just didn't matter that much. She more or less just taught me not to be an idiot and let me go. Which I feel is how I would probably, raise any kid that if I ever had one. Is just teach them not to be an idiot, not to go on websites and stuff where they really don't belong yet. And, well, belong yet or belong at all. And just go from there. Let them have some sort of freedom. And yeah, after this match I will probably be ending the stream off, because it's like 3:20. I should really get a thing I can turn on at, like, this point to, like, add to, like, say, like, the top of the screen, like, this is the last match. That way people don't join and are like, oh, hey, Splatoon's oh, they're ending. Oh. Also, as you all could probably guess, I am also not one of these types of people that's like, oh, but think of the children! Like, I've never seen the point to that mentality. Oh, jeez. Links don't work here, Boxy. I apologize. I'd prefer people didn't try and link things, because I can't verify they're going to be PG. And I like to try and keep everything PG, aka kid-friendly. Which in a way is an, oh, think of the children, but it's more just a case of there's just not a need for anything not PG here. It's like, we're playing Splatoon. There's no need to go full ninja here. There's never a need to go full ninja. Ow. Alright, Boxy. Have a good night. Or day. You mentioned you're in Japan. It's day. It's like 3 in the afternoon. I suppose it would be have a good afternoon for you. I will note it is more acceptable to link things on the stream Discord. If you have a Discord, feel free to join it. It is linked in the description on YouTube and the info on Twitch. On Twitch, you just click the image of the jellyfish holding a sign that says Discord. I still really need to get an image like that for the YouTube button as well. Ow. But I'm waiting on my girlfriend to have the motivation to draw it. And I don't want to rush her on it. I'm fine waiting. Almost had exactly a third of the map. But yeah, that is going to be the final match for today's stream. There should hopefully be a stream tomorrow. There wasn't one last night because, like I mentioned, I lost track of time and then went to sleep instead of streaming. But yeah, there should be a stream tomorrow. There might even be a day stream tomorrow, depending on when I wake up. With all that said, thanks everyone for coming out and watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more streaming. Might not be Splatoon though. But see ya then!